Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1980 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Oakland A's and the Detroit Tigers at Tiger Stadium. On the mound for the A's today is Rick Langford, whose record is 11-9 with a 3.73 ERA. And pitching for Detroit is Rick Reuschel, whose record is 10-17 with a 4.70 ERA. And so yesterday, we lost another one in the ninth inning. This time, it was our closer, Aurelio Lopez, giving up 2 runs in the top of the ninth. And that puts us at 1-6 on the month of September when we needed the wins most. We've have not proven ourselves. And to make matters worse, we lost our best reliever for the rest of the year. So we've completely, killed our chances for the most part. We're now 9 games back with only 18 to go. And so not the best of odds. Now that's the bad news. The good news is we are playing the last place A's today. And so if we can win these 3 games, maybe we can get a couple games back in the standings and perhaps give ourselves an opportunity to really make a last, run at it in the final week. So we'll see how it plays out here. We have a tough one today. The ace of the A's is on the mound, and so that'll be a challenge for us. So all of our bullpen is available, even Aurelio Lopez, who gave up. His ERA is almost at 4 now, which is just pitiful. Let's take a look at the lineup. So we did have to make 2 changes today. Parrish and Whitaker were both listed as sore. And so I took them out of the game. We put in Kirk Gibson in the DH spot today, and we moved him to the number 2 position. Carlton Fisk will play catcher, and we have, where do we have it? Mark Wagner playing second base for the Tigers today. So let's go ahead and do the A's rundown. Their lineup is totally different than the last time we saw them, I believe. And then over here on the right side, you'll see the 1980 Topps card that represents that player. So batting leadoff and playing shortstop is Tony Phillips. Batting second and in left field is Derek Bryant. Batting third and DHing today is Royal Stillman. Batting cleanup and at third base is Wayne Gross. Batting fifth and in at first base is Dave Revering. Batting sixth and catching is Mike Heath. Batting seventh and in right field is Mike Davis. Batting eighth and in center field is Dave McKay. And batting ninth at second base is the great Shooty Babbitt. On the mound for the Tigers is Rick Reuschel. He's in our number 2 spot now that Jim Bibby's gone. And if Rick Reuschel is your number 2 pitcher, you probably don't deserve to be in the playoffs. But he's 6-8 in 19 starts. This is his 19th start. A 4.17 ERA, so he's pitched considerably better for us than he did when he's with the Cubbies earlier this season. 64 Ks and 118 innings pitched. Opponents are batting .284. And he has 2 complete games for the Tigers, 3 overall. So let's see what Reuschel can do. Here is Tony Phillips leading off the game. And that is a fly ball that is gone. I thought it was going to fall short. And with 1 pitch, the A's have a 1-0 lead. Next up is Derek Bryant. Bryant slices it to right, caught by Hancock for the first out. And here's Royal Stillman. We have not seen him yet this year. Batting .357 versus righties. He hits a ground ball to short. Trammell boots it. So Stillman on first, safe on the throwing error by Alan Trammell. Gross hits a ground ball to third, and the only play is to first. Stillman takes second. Couldn't turn two for whatever reason. So next up is the lefty Dave Revering, batting .271 versus righties, and he hits a fly ball in the left field, which is caught by Kemp for the third out. So the leadoff home run by Tony Phillips, who really made a career of doing that for Detroit. So it's 1-0. We're heading to the bottom of the first. Let's do the Tigers lineup. Batting first and playing shortstop is Alan Trammell. Batting second and DHing is Kirk Gibson. Batting third and playing first base is Jason Thompson. Batting cleanup and in left field is Steve Kemp. Batting fifth and in right field is Gary Hancock. Batting sixth and catching is Carlton Fisk. Batting seventh and at third base is Richie Hebner. Batting eighth and in center field is Tony Armas. And batting ninth and playing second base today is Mark Wagner. And on the mound for the A's is Rick Langford. As I mentioned, he is the team ace. He's 11-9 with a 3.73 ERA. This is his 32nd start of the year. 112 Ks and 222 innings pitched. And opponents are batting .253 against him. 4 complete games, 2 shutouts. Not too shabby. Here's Trammell leading off against Rick Langford. I believe this is maybe only the second time Trammell's led off all year, as we've either had Whitaker, or if Whitaker's not in there, we'll bring in like Bob Baylor or somebody like that. So Trammell grounds out to second. Here's Gibby, and Gibby hits a ground ball to short. And their shortstop makes an error. So it's an error by Phillips. And as you can take a look at the outfield defensive ratings, the center fielder is Dave McKay, who's a second baseman. So he's out of position. And the right fielder, left fielder are both below average fielders. So maybe we can take advantage of that if we get extra base hits. Thompson hits a ground ball to short, and there's a double play. So we can't take advantage of the error as we go to the top of the second. Mike Heath leading off against Rick Reuschel. And Heath hits a line drive to third. There's one down. Here's Mike Davis, lefty right fielder, and he hits it the other way under the glove of Hebner, but he has to hold it first for some reason, so that looked like a sure double. So runner at first, Davis 88 speed. McKay hits a ground ball to third, and they get Davis at second. Pretty much all the ground balls seem to be going up to Hebner at third. 2 down. Here's Shooty Babbitt. Great nickname. And there's another ground ball to Hebner. So that's the third out. We go to the bottom of the second. Steve Kemp leads off the inning. He walks. So we have a runner at first for Gary Hancock, who still hanging around the 300 mark. We're going to let him swing away. And he pops it up into foul ground on the first base side. And I believe Heath caught that for the first out of the inning. Here's Carlton Fisk. Huge disappointment. Strikes out. He's only batting .237 versus righties. This guy's a future Hall of Famer, and he's been absolutely pathetic for us. Hebner hits the ball into right center field, and that should have fell in, but for whatever reason, a 63 rated center fielder makes the catch. And that is the end of the second inning. We go to the top of the third, back to Tony Phillips. Hit that leadoff home run against Reuschel. And this time up, he hits a line drive to short. 1 down. Here's Derek Bryant. Bryant hits a ground ball to short. So all their hits are to short, and all of ours is to... no, I'm sorry. I guess they were into the third, too. Oh, man, there's a home run to left. Gosh, this is so depressing because we were really right in it, almost to the end of August, and we've got nothing down the stretch. And that is just frustrating as Stillman hits his 5th home run of the year. Not bad for limited duty. So here's Tony Armas, who we got from the A's earlier this season, for Jack Billingham. And Armas grounds out to short. Speaking of terrible hitters, Armas is batting about 160 for us. Mark Wagner hits a ground ball to first. Still no hits for Detroit. And Trammell hits a fly ball to right. It's unbelievable. If you go to the top of the 4th, 2-0 A's. Dave Revering leads off the inning, and he bloops it into right center field. And one of the best defensive center fielders can't catch it. But a 63 fielding rating center fielder makes the play. As Heath pops it up to second, and Wagner makes the catch. There's one down. Next up is Mike Davis. Davis gets an infield hit to first. That's the 5th hit against Reuschel. That brings up the switch hitting Dave McKay, batting only 158 from the left-hand side. And he shoots that one into the left center field gap. It is caught for the 2nd out. Revering does not tag up. So 2 down for Shooty Babbitt. We'll pull the outfield in. Just in case something drops in, we can make a play at home, perhaps. And Babbitt hits a line drive to third, snagged by Hebner. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. Not feeling good about this, folks, as Gibby leads off the 4th. And Gibby hits a lazy fly ball to left. There's one down. I'm almost half hoping that Rick Langford throws a no-hitter. And it's just I'm getting that thought out. Thompson gets a double to deep center field all the way to the wall. And there we go, our first hit, a double by Thompson. Next up is Steve Kemp. And Kemp hits it right back to Langford. Thompson does advance to third. So it will be up to Gary Hancock to do something. And he does nothing as he sends it 369 feet to center field, and it's caught for the 3rd out. So we go to the 5th. 2-0 Oakland. Here's Tony Phillips leading off the inning, and he walks, which is something that he was pretty famous for. Multiple-time 100-walk seasons, as Derek Bryant hits a fly ball into short outfield. I've never seen one fall right there before. That's unusual. So 1 down. Here's Royal Stillman, who crushed it. I feel like I'm saying Rumpelstiltskin. As Stillman hits a double. And at 2nd and 3rd, we got to pull the infield in. Against the best hitter on the team, really. Wayne Groves, 17 home runs. I don't know where Ricky Henderson is today. He must be the center fielder that's got the day off. So we pull the infield in, and there's a line drive right down the line. That'll score both runs. And it's 4-0. So 2 RBIs for Gross. Oh, there we go. Yay. Dave Revering strikes out. It's 2 Ks for Reuschel. Mike Heath hits a ground ball to short. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. 4-0. Carlton Fisk leads off the inning. And he hits a fly ball in the right field. There's one down. Here's Richie Hebner. He pops it up. I mean, what has happened to this team? I mean, all the injury. I mean, you'd say don't make excuses as Armas gets a base hit. But we have suffered a lot of injuries. We're on our 4th center fielder. We've lost 2 starters. And our best reliever and the rest of our relievers just have been terrible as Wagner pops up to first. So we go to the sixth. We're going to flip it over to the in-game stats, and not a lot to look at. Thompson, maybe the player of the game, for what it's worth, with that double. And Reuschel's almost at 100 pitches as he strikes out Mike Davis. Next up is Dave McKay. Another ground ball to Hebner at third. 2 outs for Shooty Babbitt. And that's an infield hit. That's 2 infield hits for the A's. 8 hits overall against Reuschel. And he walks Phillips. So this will be the last batter as we have the lefties coming up. So Derek Bryant, 2 down. And he shoots it down the right field line. Everybody scores. Seriously, the worst team in baseball. And so that's it for Reuschel. Terrible, terrible start. So we're going to bring in Dave Rucker, who not a lot to show this season. Limited duty, 7 games, 1 win, 1 loss, 9.45 ERA. You know, we're giving him a tryout. He might be on the team next year. Did he? 23 saves in AAA. Where's that guy? That's the guy I can use. Let's see what he's got here for Royal Stillman, or Rumpelstiltskin. Oh, he's got nothing but meat, as Stillman hits his second home run of the game, and it's 8-0. Oh my gosh. Wow. Man, and there's another third infield hit for the A's. So at this point, we're just going to bring in all the scrubs, which might be worth watching. That's the only reason I can tell you to stick around. As we're going to do some defensive replacements the next time around. Trammell, we're going to let Trammell bat. And he does what he's been doing all game, 0 for 3 now. We're going to let him swing away. And he pops it up. And that will bring up Thompson. And really there's no one to replace him with, so we're going to let him swing away. And there's the second hit for Thompson. At least somebody came today to play. So, I guess we're going to take out Kemp, because why not? And we're going to let Dan Gonzalez play. This is his first appearance this season. He did have 18 at-bats in 1979. So he got a little cup of coffee. He deserves a chance to swing away. And he pops it up. So we're going to bring in the defensive replacements here. Let's go ahead and take a look. We're going to put in Ed Putman. We're going to put him in at third base. We're going to put Tommy Brookins in at short. We're going to put Marty Castillo at first. No, we can't take out him, right? We can't do that. That's the wrong thing to do. So we're going to move Armas to left, and we're going to bring in... We're going to bring him... Leave him in right. Okay, there we go. So we're going to put in Bob Baylor in left. And Marty Castillo... He's going to catch. There we go. Okay, folks. And Dave Rucker. Horrible. So let's bring in Dan Petrie. He's the only other horrible pitcher we have. This guy walks twice as... does he have a walk in innings pitched? He's got 42 walks in 46 innings pitched. And he defies the odds by striking out Mike Heath. He gets the other Mike Davis, to pop up to third. And the new third baseman, Putman, makes the play. So 2 down for Dave McKay. And McKay is going to bloop it into left center field. Yeah, of course. It drops it. That's the 12th hit for McKay. Shooty Babbitt. Shooty gets a base hit to right, first and third. Phillips is going to walk. And Derek Bryant. Grand slam. Nope, just a ground ball to short. That's the end of the inning. They're going to bring in a center fielder. They're going to bring in Ricky Henderson. So Ricky be Ricky in center field. Bottom of the 7th, 8-0. Hey, Bob Baylor, base hit down the left field line, got a double. That would bring up Marty Castillo, getting his first plate appearance of the game. He hits a ground ball to second. Baylor takes third. Ed Putman put a run on the board for Detroit. Wow, that is high and far and gone to left center field. 451 feet. Is that? I don't think this is his first career home run. No, he had 2 as a Tiger in 1979. So it's 8-2 now on the home run by Putman. Did not expect that to happen, as Armas hits a fly ball to center for the second out. And Mark Wagner's up next, batting .351 versus righties. Is that an infield hit? Or is it just a crappy ground ball? It is a third out either way, and it goes to the top of the 8th. Here's the lefties, so we're going to give Petrie something to be proud of. And we're going to go to the lefty Keith Comstock. And Comstock has had his ups and downs. When he's good, he's really good. When he's bad, he can't get anybody out. Oh, I see what kind of game he's going to have. Is Stillman, who is a nobody, is 4 for 5 with 2 home runs. And a hit another lefty. There's a ground ball to third. Can we turn 2? There we go. That's something. So 2 outs for Dave Revering. And he hits a ground ball. Think of how many ground balls were hit to third today. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. Tommy Brookins, a 161 hitter versus righties. And he pops it straight up to the mound. And the pitcher makes an error. No, it's the catcher. Actually, Mike Heath drops the ball. And we've got a little bit of speed on base now. We're going to let Gibby swing away. I mean, we're not going to steal second base. Oh, my gosh. Gibson strikes out on a 73-mile-an-hour slider. So that brings up JT, 2 for 3 today. And he hits it to straightaway center. And it's caught for the second out. So here's Dan Gonzalez's second plate appearance. And he hits a ground ball to short. So we go to the 9th, taking out Keith Comstock. And we're going to bring in Bob Stanley. What about Bob? He should not be on the team. That's what. And he hits another blooper to right center field, and that one falls in. Every single one of theirs have dropped in, and every single one of ours have been caught. And maybe that's been the difference today, as Heath gets a hit. 15th hit overall by the A's. Davis hits a ground ball to short, and of course, the shortstop boots it. That's Tommy Brookins at short. So technically he's out of position, but he's an infielder. He should be able to handle that. And that means Ricky Henderson is going to do something big. There's a base hit right past Brookins. Bases are now loaded. There's no point in bringing the infield in. We're going to keep him back for a double play. Maybe we can even go home for a double play. Nope. There's a fly ball to center field. That'll drive in Heath. So that's the 9th run as Phillips hits the ground ball right back to Stanley. And barely able to handle that, I'm sure. So 9-2. 2 down for Derek Bryant. And Derek Bryant hits it to deep center field. It's going to fall short at 385 feet. And they're going to bring in Rick Camp. I don't know, is he their closer? No, he is not. 27 games for the A's, 3-2, 6.31 ERA. Opponents are batting 301. He was traded over here from Atlanta mid-season. He does have a save this season. So Bob Baylor will lead off. Hey, Bob Baylor, 2 for 2. Base hit to center. Yeah, why not? Look at crappy arm by Henderson. 70% chance and 84 speed. And he is safe with the double. Runner on second for Marty Castillo. And he hits a blooper to right. And of course it's caught. 1 down. Eddie Putman put one into the left center field. And he strikes out. Down to our final batter. Tony Armas. Oh, wow. What a terrible time to hit his first home run as a Tiger when it absolutely means nothing. A 2-run shot for Armas. First as a Detroit Tiger, and probably the last. That makes the score 9-4, and Mark Wagner walks, stretching out the inevitable. There we go. Tom Brookins puts us out of our misery. And that ends the game 9-4. We lose by 5 runs to the last place team. 1-7 on the year. We remained 9 back as the Yankees lost. We could have made up some ground, but we did not. Let's take a look at the transactions. Sal Bando got his 1,000th career RBI as a Milwaukee Brewer. And let's take a look at the box score. We'll get the hell out of here. Appreciate everyone following along. Like and subscribe. We're coming down the stretch. There will be a 1981 season. And it will have some really fun extras. And I'll tell you more about that as the season winds down. I guess we're going to have to give the player of the game to Bob Baylor. 2 for 2, 2 doubles, 2 runs scored. He did not hit a home run like Putman or Armas did, but he showed up, went 2 for 2. And I think that deserves to be recognized. Rick Reuschel, 18th loss. Could he lose 20 games this season? 10-18. Rick Langford pitched pretty solid, 12-9. And home runs by Phillips and Royal Stillman. Rumpelstiltskin had a double and 2 homers. So that's it here from Tiger Stadium. We'll be back tomorrow. Second game of the 3-game series. Until then, everyone have a great night.